Welcome back to the woodshed. We're going to today take a look at a little accompaniment pattern. It's a multiple harmonic accompaniment pattern that I use for night lights. And we'll be working on this together because I have to relearn it again. I haven't played it for a long time and I'm relearning it to transcribe for acoustic guitar in Japan. So the pattern goes like this. And this harp guitar is tuned, by the way, a whole step high. So if you're playing along with me, put a capo on the 2nd fret. And I'll also do it again, and I'll break it up on a regular guitar in standard tuning. So if you want to just skip ahead and we'll work on that. But the pattern is the same as the one that I use on View from Space. So I'll include a link to View from Space so you can go back and check out View from Space as well. And it's an interesting pattern. So before we get to all the details, I wanted to let you know it's on the Nightlight Daylight CD, and it's probably my favorite cut on there of all 30 tracks of the double CD. I've got one here. If you haven't seen it, you've probably seen this already, but there's the daylight side and the nightlight side, and then when you push the moon, you get the night lights. So it's the title track in a number of ways. It's probably my favorite of all of the cuts, all 30 cuts of Nightlight Daylight CD, mostly because of the background vocals that Mark Kibble of Take 6 puts to that, and also the lead lines that Leo and Rauji from Tierra Negra play. So they just do a fantastic job on this. I'll include a link so you can listen to a little bit of that too. So it's pretty cool what they've done. So let's take that apart now, and I'll show you on a regular guitar. You can print out the music from my website. There's a sheet music page where you can print out the notes and tab if you'd like to follow along. But first let me show you the harmonic technique. It's a modification of a technique that I learned from Chet Atkins, who had learned it from Lenny Breau. It's this technique, it's the Chet Atkins technique. It's an alternating harmonic by touching the 12th fret exactly on that 12th fret line very lightly, and then plucking behind with the thumb. So you're touching lightly with the index and plucking with the thumb. And then I play the 3rd string, just a normal note with my ring finger that's just hanging there. So harmonic, normal note, and then do the same thing with the next set. 5th string harmonic, 2nd string normal, 4th string harmonic, 1st string normal. So that's the plain technique, and what I do is a little variation where I'll do a harmonic. I'll do it on this A minor 9th chord. I'll do a harmonic on the 5th string, and then I do 2 notes. The ring finger is playing the 2nd string and the middle finger is playing the 3rd. So it's a harmonic, then middle, ring, and then the next one, since I'm fingering a chord, I've got to change my fret that I'm fingering. So I've got the 2nd fret here, so I move up 2 frets with my right hand so that I'm right in that middle spot, that middle note of the string. So then I do a harmonic on the next string, and then I reverse the order of the fingers. So I've got harmonic, middle, ring, harmonic, ring, middle. See that? Okay, and then I keep going all the way to the 3rd string, and then on the 3rd string I've got to get all the way 4 frets higher than the 12th fret, so that's up here because I'm fingering the 4th fret with my left hand, so I go 4 frets higher than the 12th fret, so I'm again in the middle, and I play the same 2 notes in the treble. So I've got, and then I go all the way up to the 2nd string to do a harmonic there, and still doubling back with the finger. So even though I'm doing a harmonic on the 2nd string, I still play first and second string with my ring and middle finger. And I'll do that slowly. One more time. And then I come back, just playing one single note, so a harmonic and just the first string, harmonic and just the second string. That's just with my ring finger. One more time slowly. And that pattern stays the same through the song. So I've got the A minor, ninth, and then a G with a ninth add, a G add 9. So here I've got the 6th string, 3rd fret, and likewise I'm up 3 frets higher than the 12th. So that's 6th, 4th, and then the 3rd string I've got to move up 2 frets higher since I'm fingered on that A. First, or it's an open string on the 2nd string. And then with the F chord, that's a little trickier because I'm moving a bit. So I start with an F with the first 2 strings open. We call that an F Phrygian in flamenco terms. So, so I start the same kind of pattern that I did with the 6th string. Now I'm up 1 fret higher because I'm fretted here, and then first and 2nd string. Let's move on, and then I'm going to have to lift this finger up and add this finger to the C. So about the time I go here, I'll lift up the middle finger with my left hand and add the index on that C note. So that's a move that I change sometimes depending on what the melody is doing. So sometimes I'll finger the whole F chord and then lift it up there, or sometimes. So there you can vary it a little bit, and when it's moving along pretty quickly, you can have these kind of dissonances in there, and they just kind of work their way in. So you could actually do just the whole thing with just that F Phrygian, and you just lift this one finger, so you don't have to go to that C. And that might be a good way to start it off, and then you can vary it. Sometimes I'll go to the C, sometimes I'll do the full F chord, and sometimes I'll leave this A note down. So that makes the melody instead of, that just varies it a bit. And then back to the A minor 9. If you've worked on View from Space for a little bit, this is going to be a lot easier. So it sounds a little daunting here as I'm explaining it. If you're playing it on a harp guitar, I like to tune the sub basses to a D. Actually, I'm talking as though this were standard tuning. So even though I'm fingering an A minor, it's sounding a B minor, so I'll still call this A minor. So in that case, my sub basses are tuned to D, and if you have 6 or more bass strings, tune the next one to a C, and in this case I tune B flat is my next one, A, G, and then F, the lowest one there. So that's the notes you'll need on a harp guitar, but you can also play it just on a regular instrument. I'll play it from the beginning here. And then the melody comes in. That's actually played on 2 guitars. I'm just kind of fudging and adding that melody so you can hear it. And then the melody goes up high. Here I'm just playing natural notes. Nice place to add a bass note. We'll have fun with that, and we'll finish off with just a little bit from the Nightlight Daylight CD.